Hi, I'm Evelina from the Beta Labs. I'm here at MWC LA with Terry from Altiostar. Hi, Terry.
Hi, good morning.
Tell me about your company, and what you do there.
Yeah, so Altiostar is a privately held company based in the US, with most of our development team in India. So we have been really incubating, from our vision to the delivery of our technology. It took 6 years. We have raised almost a bit more than $300 million, which has been really focused on developing this technology to virtualize this important function in the radio access network called the baseband.
So intelligent networks and virtualizing networks and the RAN, tell me more about that and your solutions around it.
I think what is very important when you look at this transition now going from 4G to 5G, that the economics of the traditional approach, they are not going to work. So we have reached a point where we can leverage off-the-shelf hardware. So we have been able now to define the network more from a software point of view, which means now we are able to fully virtualize the functions that are absolutely critical for radio access networks, which are basically the CU and the DU. And if you take the example of one of the major deployment we have underway, which is in Japan. So Rakuten is going to be a new operator, decided to adopt this new approach, which is both technology innovation as well as a new business model. So Rakuten, instead of deploying at every site, which means in the case of the initial phase, 50,000 cell sites where you will have everything, now they're able to move half of the baseband to 4,000 edge cloud sites. Yeah. And the other half to 2 data centers which are more centralized. So this is a huge impact in terms of the savings that they can generate upfront in terms of the CapEx, as well as because it's software defined, you are able now to really have a single plane of glass to manage the network. So the automation of the network is going to be something which is going to be extremely important for Rakuten, which allows them to have also a lot of savings on the operations. The traditional approach versus this open vRAN architecture, they estimate that they will save, when they will build completely their 4G and 5G network, 50% on the CapEx, and at least 30 to 35% on the OpEx, which is the operation side of the network. So very, very significant, dramatic savings compared to the traditional approach.
So you've worked with Rakuten for a while now. Have you come across any challenges or lessons learned from working with them?
I think for us the challenge has been how can you, within less than a year, go from the commercial contract to deploying, and now we are live. We are live in Japan, and I think this is probably, if I'm not mistaken, the fastest deployment of at this scale of a network. So that has been a remarkable achievement for Altiostar and the ecosystem partners, because this is something also the challenge was. You bring innovation, you open the architecture, so we are bringing a set of 4, 5, 6 companies who have to work together. So that's a kind of a new model instead of having everything coming from one vendor.
So you have made a new announcement of working with another operator now. Will you be able to share some details about that?
With the announcement of Telefonica, so Telefonica is investing in Altiostar. It's a very strategic investment for them and for us. But the significance of this announcement is that Telefonica has legacy networks. So they are in many countries, 16 countries, and they have looked at the evolution of their networks, and for them it was very clear that the conclusion they reached that they need to go with this open architecture, virtualized architecture. So the endorsement of Telefonica is a very important milestone also for Altiostar, because now we are also relevant to traditional operators.
So how does operators get involved with your company?
Yeah, so even as a startup, obviously we have to be very focused, and we are still a small company. So it's very important for us to leverage partnerships that we have with GSMA, for example. I mean, being part of the GSMA 100 has been not only a recognition, but also it gives us access to the broader community of operators. So we are definitely trying to leverage an organization like GSMA that can really take the message across multiple markets.
Yeah.
And that's basically what we have been starting to do. For us, be able to leverage the support of GSMA is definitely, for example, the Beta Labs initiative is very, very important, and I think we are looking to participate in the near future. So that's a nice way for us to expose, not only who we are, but how we can bring this new ecosystem. So I think it's Altiostar plus many other companies around. So I think from a GSMA point of view, it's extremely important to show that this ecosystem is really growing and is also new.